few months. Visit superiorenergiesinsulation.com to learn more about SEI.
Sally Ann Roberts on Channel 4's Eyewitness News. Live from the French Quarter, this is Eyewitness Morning News Weekends.
And we begin with breaking news. The New Orleans Police Department is investigating a double murder in New Orleans East. Police say 2 unidentified men were killed in a shooting on the interstate. According to police, it happened around 3:30 this morning on the eastbound side of I-10, just after the Crowder Boulevard exit. Officers say they found 2 men inside a gold Toyota parked in the emergency lane on the interstate. So both victims were found multiple times to be shot and were pronounced dead on the scene. The interstate is now open to traffic. If you have any information that can help police, call Crime Stoppers 822-1111. Well, good morning and thank you for waking up with us. I'm Antwan Harris and welcome to this first weekend edition of Eyewitness News, or Eyewitness Morning News, I should say. We bring you all the news, weather, and sports you've trusted over the years, and we give you a little something extra just to start your weekend. So let's get right to it. Alexandra Cranford is in the Pinpoint Forecast Center with the first check of the forecast.
All right, looking pretty good today, Antwan. Now, we did have a shower over Slidell ongoing for a good hour or so over the eastern portion of Slidell and on toward really Pearlington, Mississippi. But now things have kind of quieted down a bit there in New Orleans. Looks great this morning. Partly cloudy skies, and you can see the remnants of that little thunderstorm, as you can see there over extreme southeastern St. Tammany Parish. Now it's a shower, but you can see still a little bit of rain there around the Oak Harbor, Eden Isles area on toward White Kitchen and the Wrigley's. That's weakening once again, but I know you guys got a good downpour this morning. Many of you probably saying, wow, is it going to continue? Good news is it looks like it's slacking off. Now south of the lake, you can see we're mostly clear here in the city. Current temperatures are mainly in the low 80s. At New Orleans International, 80 degrees. Hammond and Slidell both checking in at 81 early this morning. And moving through today, high temperatures will be in the low 90s. Note the rain chance kind of gradually moving upward to about 30% for the afternoon and early evening. I'll have a look at tonight's forecast, tomorrow's forecast, and the tropics coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Alexandra, thank you. Well, the Saints preseason gets off to a very good start with a W under their belt. They kicked off the first game with a win over the St. Louis Rams. They squeaked it out by just 2 points. Quarterback Drew Brees did not suit up for the game due to a muscle injury. So the final score, 26-24, Saints. And today the team is taking some time off to get back to practice in West Virginia tomorrow. Now, WWL-TV.com sports reporter Lyons Yellen will be on the phone here in the next 10 minutes with his take on the game. And, of course, who are some of those standout players this year or this first game? All right, new this morning, the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office is investigating a quadruple shooting at this hour. It happened around 11 o'clock last night at the CWA Hall on Westside Boulevard. That's in Houma. Police say a man was shot inside the building during a private birthday party. They later learned that 3 other victims were at the hospital receiving treatment for gunshot wounds from that same party. Witnesses say there were at least 2 gunmen. Police aren't sure what led to this shooting. And new information in a murder case out of Metairie. Detectives say the man who allegedly stabbed his girlfriend to death in their Metairie home may have killed others. Pedro Alberto Monteroso Navas is facing second-degree murder charges in the death of 24-year-old Heidi Monroy. He made his first appearance in court yesterday. Detectives told a judge that relatives of Monteroso Navas claim he previously killed up to 4 other people in Honduras while working as a human smuggler. He is currently being held on a $1 million bail. Officials within the State Department of Education warned the ongoing battle over Common Core is going to be, quote, hugely disruptive for public schools this year. The 2 memos within the department are predicting both academic and financial harm worth millions of dollars to state and local education systems. The documents also say the subjects of science and social studies are also at risk. Experts say this could very well happen if Governor Jindal does not manage to withdraw Louisiana from the Common Core standards. Right now, Governor Bobby Jindal is in Iowa for an annual conservative Christian event, but his turn to ask a judge to dismiss parts of the lawsuit filed by supporters of Common Core is just 3 days away. Governor Jindal's hearing takes place on Tuesday. Then on Friday, a second judge will hear arguments in the lawsuit filed by 17 lawmakers against the State Board of Education Department, arguing they didn't follow the law in adopting Common Core. Louisiana health officials are confirming the state's second West Nile death of the year. Well, all we know at this time right now is that the victim is 75 years old. The state's first West Nile death was reported in Shreveport just last month. Now, since January, the health department has seen 29 cases of West Nile in Louisiana, and there were 14 new cases reported this week alone. And if you are in need of a checkup, the pharmacy at the new Walmart in Gentilly is hosting a free health fair today. Local providers in Walmart will have free blood pressure tests, plus diabetic and eye screenings available. And that's from 9 o'clock this morning to noon. The Center on Chef Mentor will officially open its doors on Wednesday. All right, that's a look at the news right now. So let's get a check on that weekend weather with Alexandra Cranford. She's in the Pinpoint Forecast Center with the very latest. Hey, Alexandra.
Hey, Antwan. Good morning to you. Things are looking pretty quiet this morning across the area. We have a little front way out to the west of our area and north of our area. We also have one around the Georgia area over the southeast. Our area is kind of hanging under some high pressure right now, and you can see most of us are dry early this morning from Plaquemines Parish all the way to the North Shore, with the exception of that shower that I've been talking about right over the Slidell area. Here's that front that you can see kind of draped across areas far to our north and also far to our east. But again, we're kind of in this pocket here with some higher pressure, and we'll look for our pretty typical August weather moving through the day today. So you can see the South Shore dry, North Shore again looking at this spotty shower here that was bringing some lightning, some thunder, and some slightly heavier rain earlier this morning. It's now beginning to break up and kind of shrink in size. So hopefully this will continue to decrease in intensity and of course coverage moving into the next several minutes or hour, but you can see a little pocket of it has broken off and moving a little bit farther to the west there, spreading out to the east too over White Kitchen and also almost to Pearlington there. So if you are in the Pearlington area or southern Mississippi, you might be seeing those lightning flashes and a couple rumbles of thunder this morning. Again, it should be weakening. Most of the area dry, just like the New Orleans area. Let's take a closer look here at the city. Street level radar showing we're nice and clear all across the area. Current temperatures mainly 80s right now. 81 at Slidell, about 80 at Kenner, 81 at Boothville. Downtown New Orleans at 82, and Macomb, the lucky spot, hanging in the upper 70s at the moment. Current feels like temperatures, of course, much higher in the upper 80s to around 90 right now at Belle Chase, and feels like about 93 over at Port Fourchon. Winds from the southwest about 5 to 10 miles per hour for most areas. That will be the case moving into today. Kind of hot and steamy August day. Again, high pressure kind of in control, upper level ridging the story for today, and about a 30% chance for some spotty showers or storms. Tonight, temperatures back in the 70s and a 20% chance for rain. Let's move through today. You can see Precision Cast doing a good job of picking up on that moisture over southern St. Tammany Parish and southeastern St. Tammany. Moving into the noon hour, a little bit of spotty development possible. You can see perhaps a downpour or two. Our environment is very moist out there at the moment, so any showers or storms we do see could be a little bit on the heavy side, and maybe even into the 6 or 7 p.m. hour. We could continue with that. Moving into tonight, pretty quiet, and then tomorrow we'll introduce about a 30 to 40% chance for rain. Same story with just some spotty to scattered action moving into most of the daytime hours, particularly afternoon and evening, and then by the nighttime hours, that rain chance calming down again. Now moving into this week, we keep about a 30 to 40% chance for rain. Note on your Pinpoint 7-day forecast, high temperatures continue, low 90s for the most part, and the rain chances about 40% moving into Tuesday. If you have your eye on Monday, back to work and back to school, about a 30% chance, with highs, of course, continuing high around 92.
All right, Alexandra, thank you. So coming up, we all know that fans are a huge part of the Saints, and we wanted to know what you thought about last night's matchup against the St. Louis Rams. So we polled viewers on Facebook. We'll have those responses next. And we'll have another check of your forecast with Miss Alexandra Cranford. Stay with us.